Hey y'all, this is Whitney Nicely, and I have a couple of things that I need to cover with you today. Let's talk about agents, real estate agents, and listed properties versus for sale by owners and off-market properties. All right, this question came up the other day in my Facebook group, and I want to just cover it a little bit so that everybody understands and we're all speaking the same language, because I think sometimes what happens is people use words that they think mean one thing and it actually means something else. So this is my definition, my terminology, and my response to how we're going to get these deals done. All right. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button up there. And if you have any comments, you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below and I'll circle back around and get with you. All right. So let's talk about real estate agents for just a second. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a realtor. I'm a broker for Whitney Buys Houses. I'm the only agent in Whitney Buys Houses. Okay. I am my real estate firm. Now what happens is in regular real estate agents go out and they get listings. All right, they get a contract with a seller that says that real estate agent, that real estate firm, that broker that real estate agent works under can put the house on the market. They are going to represent the sellers in the sale of this property. And they put it most of the time on the local MLS, the multiple listing service. And it is officially on the market when a realtor or a real estate agent, because all real estate agents are not realtors, but they put it on the market, they put it on the MLS, it goes out and lets everybody know that this seller wants to sell. But in order for this to happen, you have to make your appointments, you have to send your paperwork, all this stuff has to go through this particular real estate agent or this particular real estate agent's firm. Okay, that's when something is on the market. There's a real estate agent, a firm, a broker, an associate broker, whatever you want to call this person. They are representing the seller. Now, if that agent leaves and goes to another firm, depending on the paperwork, that listing in Tennessee, that listing would stay with that firm, but not necessarily that agent. All right, agents can move, but the house, the listing probably stays with that firm. All right, it gets a little weird, but don't worry about that too much. The basics of what I'm trying to say is that when the house is technically on the market, there's probably a real estate agent, a realtor representing the seller in the sale of this property. On the flip side of that, you don't have to have a real estate agent list your property. For sale by owner, FSBO, FSBO, is when the owner decides they're going to sell their own property. And that's totally legal, and that's totally cool, and that's totally fine. And if a seller feels like that's what they want to do, then go for it. You are not required to list your house with an agent to sell it. Just like you're not required to use an agent when you buy a property either. It's not a requirement. It's not a law. You can sell the property by yourself without representation. You can buy houses by yourself without representation. And technically, a for sale by owner person, an individual, could buy a one-time listing to their local MLS and they could pay whatever the fee is, and they could put their property on the MLS and be unrepresented. That is possible. And technically, then it would be on the market. Or a for sale by owner person could decide that they were going to put their property on Zillow or Trulia or Craigslist or in the paper, and they could just decide they want to put a sign in the front yard. And then technically by notifying the public, technically then it is on the market. It is not listed with a real estate agent, but it's out there available saying, hey, I want to be sold. somebody buy me. All right. Also, I have a word of the day channel on YouTube. I break down all these real estate terms in 60 seconds or less. All right. You might want to check that out. But if you have any comments, if you have any feedback on this one, go ahead and leave me a comment down here. And don't forget to subscribe. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Subscribe, where that button is, to my YouTube channel. All right. So we've covered real estate agents, listed properties, for sale by owners, and off-market properties. No, we haven't got to off-market yet. Okay, so off-market properties, that's a house that could be for sale. That's a house that a seller was thinking about selling. That's a house that is not open to the public. The public has not been notified. This is a property, a house, an apartment complex, a piece of land, whatever, that is technically for sale, but they're not advertising that it's for sale. All right. And by that, my papa told me, especially when I was trucking, my papa told me that anything you didn't marry or give birth to, you can sell. Now, my family also does not believe in selling anything. We're property hoarders. We buy and hold. All right. I am probably the only person in my family for like 4 generations that's ever sold a house. They just keep everything. But there's places out in the world, there's houses out in the world, but more importantly, there's sellers out in the world that have houses they don't want anymore. And they don't want to be bothered with these properties to the extent that they don't even want to be bothered with putting a sign in the front yard. They don't want to be bothered with putting an ad on Craigslist. They don't want to take pictures of it and put it up on Zillow and ask for people to come make them offers. They literally just want to forget about this property, forget it ever happened. They want a quick solution. And those are the best off-market properties that you can find. They're literally not advertised anywhere. There's no sign in the yard. There's no ad in the paper. There's nothing on Craigslist. There's nothing on Zillow. There's no agent representing anybody. There is nothing. Off-market deals are where you're going to make the most money in real estate because you're probably the only person that even knows it's for sale. All right, so I hope that clears some things up. All right, real estate agents, listed properties, properties on the market, for sale by owners, and off-market properties. For sale by owners may be advertising it themselves or they may not be. They may just be hoping and wishing and praying that somebody would come through and make them an offer. And those are the sellers that I want you to find when you're dealing with off-market properties. I buy properties that are off-market. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please let me know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know. All right. And in my next video, I'm going to show you how to talk to these off-market sellers or how to find these off-market properties. All right. Because the best deals are not on the MLS. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, wherever that button is. Subscribe.